I know you wonder sometimes if anyone truly sees the effort you make when no one is watching. And I want you to hear this calmly, without urgency, without fear, because you are not moving through this moment unnoticed, even when silence surrounds you, even when answers feel delayed, and even when your strength has been quietly tested in ways you never expected. I see how you keep going while carrying questions you don't always share, how you continue forward even when certainty is missing, and how you try to stay steady while life feels unclear. And none of that is meaningless, because patience is not empty time. It is a season where foundations are formed, and foundations are built slowly so they can hold what is coming without breaking. There are moments when you feel tired beyond what rest can fix, and I want you to understand that this tiredness does not come from weakness. It comes from caring deeply, from holding responsibility, and from staying present through uncertainty. And this kind of endurance shapes strength that cannot be rushed or replaced. You may feel as though you have been waiting longer than others, watching progress happen elsewhere while your own path seems quiet. But silence does not mean absence, and delay does not mean denial, because timing protects you from stepping into things before you are ready to carry them, and readiness often forms quietly before it becomes visible. I know there are times you question whether your effort matters, whether your patience has purpose, and whether the unseen struggles you face will ever make sense. And I want you to trust that not everything meaningful reveals itself immediately. Some understanding arrives only after growth has taken place beneath the surface. You are not required to have perfect faith, constant confidence, or clear answers to move forward. You only need honesty, willingness, and the courage to continue even when clarity feels distant. Because progress is not built on certainty alone. It is built on persistence, sincerity, and the choice to remain present. When you feel restless, it is not because you are lost. It is because you are growing beyond a previous version of yourself. And growth often feels uncomfortable before it feels purposeful, because it asks you to release what is familiar and trust what is still forming. I am not asking you to rush, and I am not asking you to force understanding, because the pace you are moving at is not wrong, and the quiet nature of your journey does not make it less meaningful. It makes it stable, and stability lasts longer than speed. There will be a time when you look back and realize that this season was not wasted, that the patience you practiced protected you, and that the strength you developed quietly prepared you for moments that would have overwhelmed you before, and that realization will come naturally, without force. Until then, allow yourself to breathe, to rest without guilt, and to move forward without demanding immediate answers, because you are not behind, you are becoming, and becoming takes time. If you are listening to this now, take it as reassurance, not instruction, that you are seen, that your effort is acknowledged, and that even when progress feels slow, you are being guided through a process that is shaping resilience, clarity, and depth. You are allowed to trust the pace of your life. You are allowed to feel uncertain without feeling abandoned, and you are allowed to believe that what you are building now will support you later, because paths rooted in patience tend to hold steady when everything else begins to shake. Let these words stay with you gently, not as pressure, but as comfort, knowing that you are not moving through this season alone, and that what feels quiet now is forming something strong enough to last. If these words reached you and brought even a small sense of calm, then allow yourself to stay connected, because messages like this are not meant to be heard only once. They are meant to return whenever your heart feels heavy. And choosing to stay connected is simply choosing reminders of peace during moments when you need them most. If you feel guided to do so, you can show your support by liking this video, not for numbers, but as a quiet acknowledgement that this moment mattered to you. And if you wish to receive messages like this again when you need reassurance, you may subscribe, so these words can find you again at the right time. Move forward gently, trust your pace, and remember that you are not walking this path alone.